BOSS Bossman Radio.
Studio C. Two guys who ask. Wonder what they're doing in T-Town right now? Not this. It's South Alabama's #1 podcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ.
Good morning, Wednesday, Hump Day, the best day of your life. Welcome to Drive Time, brought to you by Jim Peach Motors and Peach Chevrolet. Good morning, Miss Gail. Tracy Miller, good morning to you. Naomi Lindsay, Zandria Robinson, Nick Green, Marvin Henry, good morning to each of you. JP, the coach. Good morning, Coach. Katie Ward, good morning. Chevy Ann, good morning to you. Hello, sister. Whitney Boyd's in. Good morning. Enjoyed the flag football footage, by the way, last night. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Coach Tiepo. Lee Jordan's in. Good morning. Jerry Wilson, good morning to you. Lisa McGraw, Kathy Tolan, good morning, Kathy. Carol Crosby's in. Good morning. Good morning, Tracy Steele. Good morning, Josh Godwin. We enjoyed our time at the Fish Bowl last night with the Murder Creek Coaches Show. Thank you for having us. Good morning, Ryan Smith. Good morning, Tammy Salter. And good morning, Kenwood.
Good morning. Good morning. I forgot to link this Bluetooth up to begin with. We got a couple of call-ins this morning. Well, I say couple. I know one for sure. Chris Golden will be calling in a little bit. Local
Good.
home. Well, I think Chris calls Bruton his home.
Yeah.
Dixon, more of the Dixonville area, but he's going to be calling in. And, of course, Chris is playing at this weekend at Luray, the third annual Fall Harvest Fest out at the, it's called Luray, out there, going out 41 towards Dixonville.
Yep.
And let's see, starts, it's an all-day event, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Of course, Chris Golden playing, Chloe Chanel. She was a finalist, I think, on America's Got Talent.
Okay.
And then Ricky Lee Phelps, which is the lead singer of the Kentucky Headhunters, is going to be playing out there. So looking forward to Chris calling in here. And if we can make this thing work, and we'll try to do that. And how about a big time last night at the Fish Bowl?
I was going to mention that. If you've never been to the Fish Bowl, once again, it's located behind David's Catfish. That's a cool place. Last night, I think he has 5 TVs in there, big screen TVs. 2 of the the TVs had the World Series Game 1 on, the Red Sox and the Dodgers. The other 3 TVs had the Troy, South Alabama game. But that's a cool place. There's an outdoor sitting area. If you've never been, you need to put that on your bucket list of local things to do. Saturday's a big day up there with college football. I know that the teams of primary interest around here, Auburn and Alabama, are not playing. But there's going to be plenty of games on. The Georgia-Florida game is going to be on there. You need to make plans to go up and spend some time at the Fish Bowl, and then later that night come down to O'Bannon for Halloween. But if you haven't been to the Fish Bowl, you need to do it. That's a cool place. I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. That's a great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere.
And just I told Josh this. If you were to take and put water on one side of it, you'd think you're at the beach.
Yeah.
It's kind of I kind of equate it to the old school boathouse feel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's got that old school feel to it. So,
the temperatures have dropped down. Last night, I didn't know this at the time. We were inside with the show, but I didn't realize how many people, number one, were sitting outside and how much seating capacity there was outside. But he has, 4, 5, 6 picnic tables out there, and it was lit. And of course, you can be served out there, and of course, there's bathrooms there in the back as well. But that's a nice setup.
He's got a nice setup, there's no doubt. And I tell you, I noticed at the Crawfish Bowl up there this year, that he had a lot of capacity outside. You remember all those people sitting around with those tables eating crawfish? There was a lot of people up there.
Yeah.
So I think Thursday nights he has a pretty good crowd in there with the college football and obviously on Saturdays. But speaking of football, I got to talk to Coach Andrew Williams and Coach Keith Etheridge last night, and talking about their respective games coming up this weekend, and obviously week 9, and we were just talking about it 30 years ago. If you had told us that T.R. Miller and Flomaton was going to be a marquee game of the year, that would have been hard to digest it. Not because of, just because Miller was such a dominant 4A school, and Flomaton at that time, I think they were like a small 2A, or maybe a mid-sized 2A or something. So, but I tell you what, let's give that quarterback down there at Flomaton. Do you remember the stats that was given on that guy last night? They were incredible, were they not?
Yeah, he had right at 400 and something, 450 something yards of total offense he accounted for. Yeah. 200 and something passing, 200 rushing, whatever it was. But
what Coach said, he said he ran the ball 21 times. If it had been played for me to run it 41.
Yeah. It's going to be
that guy's must be some sort of athlete.
It's going to be a big one down there Friday. There's going to be that's going to be
you might want to get there early.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
What do they call that? Hurricane Field. Hurricane Field. Yeah, you might want to get there early, because I can tell you that place is probably going to be packed. This is Flomaton's make it or break it.
They've got to win to get in.
They've got to win,
and if they win, they're the number 2 seed. That's just crazy.
If Miller wins, what seed is Miller?
If Miller wins, Miller's the 3 seed. If Miller loses, they're the 4 seed. Miller's in.
Now, the reason for that, for Flomaton being in this situation, is because they lost to Bayside. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
So even though, and they did they lose to Mobile Christian?
They did. But they played them off their feet.
No, right. Yeah.
Had the lead in the second half.
So the only reason that we're in this situation is because Miller beat Bayside.
Miller beat Bayside, and Flomaton lost to Bayside. Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's
it's going to be a big one.
But because they beat Thomas, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, though, because they beat Thomasville. I would think that would have put them in ahead of Miller.
Well, they will if they beat Miller, but if Miller beats Flomaton, they would have the same.
Yeah, I guess they'd have the same. Yeah, I got you. I guess it's a hump day morning brain fart. So
yeah, it's going to be a big one down in Flomaton.
It is. Night. Yeah, it really is.
Big one.
No doubt. And then, of course, Andrew and them got to travel to UMS, and he said it last night. He said it's like a university down there. They don't ever regroup. They just back up or rebuild. They just back up and regroup.
Well, he made mention of this last night on the program that through 8 weeks, UMS's first team defense has given up 0 points.
Really? In the first how many weeks?
The first 8. They hadn't given up a point all year. The first team defense hasn't.
Nobody has scored on them.
Not on their first team defense. They've given up a kick return and a punt return.
So if they left the first team in there the whole time,
nobody scored on them.
Good Lord. Ashley Morris says her new team is Troy.
Tell you what, they looked good last night.
Go Trojans. I'm with you.
Man, they look good.
Number 1, top 5.
They look good.
This thing says we're froze. I see that. Hold on a second. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's look here and see what's up. Yeah, we shouldn't be froze. Let's see here what happens. There we go. Now we're getting back to. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's see if that. How about that? We're back.
Is it back?
Yeah, we're back. We're good. Yeah, we're good. They're doing a bunch of work over here, so I'm not sure what all's going on, but oh well. We can always blame it on what we always blame it on, which they hung up on me the other day, by the way. Yeah. That's exactly what happened, too. Yeah. Oh, now you're froze. Can you sit there for like 45 more minutes and do that? I mean, oh man. Yeah, we're about to get some fiber put in over here, so we got 30, 45 more days of it. We're going to have some fiber put in. Fiber, we won't have any more of these problems. So, that was good. I'll tell you what you need to do. We can paint you gold, take you down there to New Orleans and stick you on the side of the road. You know how the guys sit there and do that? They don't move. I think you can make a lot of money doing that. What do you think?
What?
Like Fred Sanford. When Fred was on the phone with the telephone company, you gonna come down? Tell you what, I dare you to cut my phone off.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Cut my phone off. I come down there and put my foot up you. Hello? Oh, well. Good morning, Sherry Weaver. Mike Steele. Samantha Flux. Hot Rod. Roddy Williamson. Karen Weaver. Tractor Bryant. Good morning, Tractor. You already said good morning to all these people? Am I just regurgitating?
No, go and catch them.
Well, I didn't know. Sometimes you would be, you've already said something. So, how about that? Shay says, come out support T.R. Miller Community Send-Off 2:30 from the field house tomorrow.
How about that?
Afternoon. No, not tomorrow. Friday. Today's Wednesday. I tell you what, man, I'm having a tough time getting going this morning. You want to talk about what the decorations in your yard?
Yeah, again? I had a visitor or visitors,
and I'm with you. I don't think that was I don't think that was kids.
Oh, that's not kids. It's the same group that came last year.
Yeah. Well,
I decided
whoever it is,
it's the same group.
They're talented.
I don't know who it is, but it's I don't know when they did it. You know, we had the coaches show last night, and when I came home, I came in the back way. I can tell you this morning about 1:30 or so, I'd gone to get me some water out of the kitchen, and when I was coming back through, I saw the glow-in-the-dark eyes there hanging outside my front door, which startled me, to say the least. And then I kind of peered out the window and saw the rest of the exhibit display, whatever you want to call it. But it was nicely done. I enjoyed the decor. And actually, the toilet paper kind of hanging in the background, and the rose bush and the azaleas, I think kind of added to it in terms of it being a little creepy.
I'm gonna tell you, man, that thing that was hanging up there that you passed, that creature, that would bug me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Happy anniversary to Naomi Lindsay's parents, Buddy and Patricia Lindsay, celebrating their 54th wedding anniversary.
Well, how about that? That is
that's a big one.
Wow, that is. Happy anniversary. By the way, we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to Spike Maxwell this morning, and with the loss of his mother, and I think they're having services for her today at Cravers, and we certainly want to, Spike's a longtime friend of this community, and educator here, and of course Corey and Kevin and Miss Marcia, but we certainly want to be thinking about them, and
Rocky
and Rocky. I said, that's right. So certainly want to do that, and went down yesterday and started marking things off and getting ready at O'Bannon. And the stage is going to be oriented different than what it was last year.
You said it's going to be more for those that were at the last one. It's going to be more where Wind Creek's trailer was.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
A little more in that area.
Yes. Facing like back towards like
between the tower and the pavilion.
Yes. That's a great, yes. Between the tower and the pavilion, out that way.
That would be center field.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We, well, and the reason the stage is going to be so big this time, it would not fit between the trees where we had it last time.
The stage last time was 24 feet wide.
Yes.
The stage this Saturday is going to be 48
feet wide,
which means a lot more room up in the pit.
With the speakers on the outside, not on the stage like they were last time. So 48 feet of stage frontage for them to do what they do.
So this time, there'll be room for Coach Shell and Coach Williams.
Coach Shell, Coach Williams, Coach Etheridge, any of them, all of them.
Principal Hodge.
Matt Hodge. Let me tell you this. If there's one thing I'm pretty sure about, I'm pretty sure that Matt Hodge will, I hope he's there, but I'm pretty sure he'll be there. Coach Etheridge said he was going to be there.
Yeah. I hope everybody.
Coach Shell.
It's going to be a good time.
I told Coach Williams, I said, Andrew, got a lot more room up there this time. Last time you skin out on me before I could get you and grab you and bring you up to the front. He said, yeah, well, this time I'm going to hide where you don't even see it. So, you know. Oh, don't worry, LaShonda. We're going to have you a spot. You don't worry about all that at all. What was it Cam was calling her? Shawanda?
I think that's right.
Yeah. Don't worry. We got you, girl. We have got you. So, yeah, it's going to be a big time. Going to be a good time. Trunk or treat, 5 p.m. And it's going to be it's going to be a big time. Music starts about 8:30. And with Love is War, which are fantastic. If you have not seen them, you need to come out just to see them.
Still plenty of opportunity or plenty of room if you want to participate in Trunk or Treat.
Absolutely.
Would love to have you down there.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Right now, you know, we definitely want to say thanks to Aaron's Rental, to Lula Bells. That's, of course, Tracy Miller and Mallory Stanley, Pizza Hut with Danny Smith up there, Raj down at Country Express, Connie B and City of Bruton crew, Camp 31, that's, of course, Larry and Chef Adam, So-and-So, which is Troy University's new #1 fan, Ashley Morris, Bruton Package, Sarju Patel, Women to Women, Life Changer, and the group. Can't wait to see those gals down there. Heath Jackson for Sheriff, Jesse Haig with the Bruton Cleaning Services, Hillary Harrington and the gang from Harrington's going to be there, Wild at Heart, and Mike Lambert for Sheriff. So
good lineup, room for more.
Yes, plenty. Listen, plenty of room for more. Plenty of vehicles if you want one. If you don't want one, whatever. But if you want to come down and hang out, and have a good time with some kids, then let's do that.
You know,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
The more participation that we have, the more inclusive it is, the more fun it's going to be.
Sure.
I mean, it's just, you can't help it. It can't help it fall that way. So
Yeah.
I hope that if you have a slight interest of wanting to be involved in it and participate in it, reach out to Ken, contact me. It's real easy. Kids are going to have a great time. We're all going to have a great time.
It's going to be a great time.
Come on, come on.
No doubt. And by the way, thank you, Hal. Camp 31 will be, we did not know this until yesterday. They will be serving, they will have food for sale available at Halloween.
Have they put it out there what they're going to be offering? Is it just like a plate?
I will find that out today.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'll ask. I didn't. I do want to take this chance to say as well, seeing Judy Crane in just then, the guy, if you will, was denied parole yesterday.
Ethan Dorsey.
Yes. He was denied parole and well served, in my opinion. I hate to get opinionated like that, but, you know, just so everybody knows that everyone that signed the petitions, I'm sure the family would thank you, and of course he's still back where he needs to be. So glad to see that. Good morning, Kane Dickey, Earl Crook, Cindy Lou. Good morning, Cindy. Ron Kennedy wants to know there's going to be some Monroe burgers down there. You know what? We might need to ask. I'm going to tell you what you need to ask for, Ron, is a Monroe hamburger steak. Am I lying?
Man, that was sporty.
It was good.
Yeah, it was.
It was good. So, definitely want to get out and check it out. We're going to put out the games for the weekend are coming today to sometime. When the scorekeeper over here can finally get us a leaderboard, we'll tell everybody who's leading and what they're leading for and all that kind of stuff.
I can tell you that the leading total is going to be around 40, maybe into the low 40s. So if you know what you have, you're probably going to be shooting at something around 40, 41, 42. I've got them all graded. I just hadn't tallied them all up. But going into the last time we did it, the leaders were at 30. And in the last 2 weeks, they've added 10 to 12 to 13 to that total. So 40, 41, 42 is going to be the clubhouse leader. But I'll get it tallied up and totaled.
Yeah. So we were out there looking at parking and planning and all that kind of deal. And the weather's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. Beautiful.
And let me say this, because I think Chevy Ann's beating herself up. There's so much left to play. I mean, there's another 5 or 6 weeks of this contest.
Oh yeah,
to play out. So if you're at, let's say the leader's at 42. If you're at 22, there's still a long ways to go. A long ways. Yeah. Who knows if somebody misses a week, or does have a terrible week, or you have a great week. So
you never know.
Certainly want to keep playing. Certainly want to keep playing.
Yeah. You don't want to stop. Because you never know.
If you're at 42, then you're either going to be in the lead or right there at it. Keep it up.
Because there's going to be a car.
Somebody's going to win it.
Somebody's going to win that car. They're going to win that car. And that's going to be like you said, they're going to be shocked.
Yeah. And they're going to be mad.
Oh, they're going to be.
The ones who didn't play are going to be very upset.
Chevy Ann says she has 29.
You're right there. You're no more than 13 out. And there's 5 or 6 weeks left to play.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's plenty of time. That's right, Stephanie. Plenty of time. Plenty of time left. Plenty of time left. The Haunted Trails Walk, of course, going on. You got Dixieland Band Festival going on.
The Haunted Trail Walk is going on. A portion of those proceeds will go to the T.R. Miller Band. I think it's $3 to participate. It's $10 for a family of 4. So if you haven't been to it or haven't been through it, good cause. The band will benefit somewhat from that.
Sure.
So, come and go through it and check it out.
Let's see, Dixieland Band Festival. Here we go. Good morning, Chris. You're on with KJ and DJ at Drive Time. Well, he can't hear me. Let me get over here where he can hear me. Let's see. Chris, can you hear us?
This is Chris. Yeah, man, I hear you.
Good morning.
Are you there?
Yeah, you're on with KJ and DJ of Drive Time. Good morning to you.
All right, the J Brothers.
That's a good. I ain't thought about that. That's a good way to put it. Good way to put it.
Come on.
Yeah. How's things going with you?
Man, I am so blessed. It's been a great year. It's been a great year, and I still got a little bit of it to go. What about yourself?
Well, I'll tell you what, just, looking over some of the accolades here, 2017 Gold Cross Award, Male Vocalist of the Year in 18, Country Gospel Artist of the Year. I'll tell you what, you've been a busy guy this year.
Yeah, it has been a great. Man, I've been fortunate. What's the old saying? The harder you work, the luckier you get. So I've been trying to work hard and put in a full day every day.
Well, I tell you what, it's always good to have We talk about this a lot. People from our area doing, big things and good things. Of course, William Lee and I know you played with the Oak Ridge boys for 16, 17 years, something like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I did. I was out there. I played drums with them, and I never learned to sing the whole time I was there, and man, it was just time for me to go. The thing I miss most about is walking with my dad. I'm grateful for every opportunity to come play and sing, and it's brought me back home to Bruton a few times over the course of the last 3 years, and any chance I get to come down there and see my mother, she still lives in Bruton. A lot of her family lives there. My father's sister and family, all the Goldens still live out toward Dixonville, so I have to come down there 3 or 4 times a year to reset my compass, So, I've been blessed in that fact. And I'm coming back down there this Saturday. I was back down there not too awful long ago and shot a video in the cotton fields at home.
I watched it. I watched it. Great video.
Thank you. I shot it not about 50 feet from where my father was born.
Wow.
Under a tree.
Wow.
And anyway, so that's a very special area to me. And right across the field from that is my cousin's venue, Luray, and it's an event center. And every fall, she basically throws a big party for the community out there, and it's a harvest festival. And she's got a lot going on down there, and she works so hard every year and pours a lot into it as basically a gift to the community. So it's out there on the Florida state line. It's at Luray, the barn with the big red star on it. And this year she's going to have music, magic, a car show, an art show, food, crafts, hay rides, and all kind of stuff like that. So it looks like it's going to be picture perfect weather to get out and hear some music under the stars. I think that I know that Ricky Lee Phelps is going to be up there. Him and I go way back a long time. I just found a picture I sent today, my cousin Dana, of us from about 35 years ago at Farm Aid.
Wow.
That's where we met.
Wow.
We were both doing that. A picture of us working together there at one of the Farm Aids. And then there's a little Miss Chloe Chanel. She's going to be there, the America's Got Talent winner. And there's going to be a lot of great singing going on that day. Mainly from those two. I'll be bringing the gospel part of the program, and I look forward to jamming. I think Ricky Lee and I are going to be doing a bunch of stuff together. Toward the end of it, it's going to turn into a little free-for-all jam down there, and so it's going to be a good evening,
Well, I tell you, and talking about that area out that way, and 30 years of music and then or more. It's not every day that we have somebody that we talk to that's been played in the Grand Ole Opry, much less had the opportunity to do it with probably several times as you have. But I got to ask a question. What are your memories of the Harvest Jam in Bruton that your dad helped kind of spearhead and put together?
He did more than kind of help. It's hard to put that together.
Yeah, well, that's a fact.
I got a lot of great memories of that. He did put a great team together. He wanted to bring a show to that's what gave Alabama the idea to do the June Jam. That's what Teddy told me later. I got a chance to work with those guys last year. I did a few shows with them. I actually got to play for every living president with the group Alabama in the 2017.
Wow.
But anyway, that day at the Harvest Jam, what I remember a lot about it was the traffic. The crowd was a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be, and the traffic was lined up for miles. But I'll tell you a really special memory that I have is when it was raining. It had been raining. It rained through the day. I guess God was cooling everybody off a little bit, but when my grandfather and my grandmother they didn't come for the whole show. They were just coming to watch the governor make it William Lee Golden Day in the state of Alabama or something. But when my grandparents got there, the sun came out and there was the most beautiful rainbow. And that's one of the things that I remember about that day, was looking at that rainbow, and I thought, man, that's God had his hand on those two folks. You know, my dad's got a strong work ethic, but nobody worked harder than his mother and his father. And, you know, that generation there, they could outwork this generation 10-1.
Oh,
and,
no, there's no doubt.
You know what's really wild is rainbows followed my grandparents. It's the day that my grandfather died, it was cloudy and rainy. And the day that we buried my grandfather, a big rainbow came out. The day that we buried my grandmother, a rainbow came out of a clear blue sky and looked like it landed over the field, over the church where she was laid. On the first anniversary of their death, of my grandmother being gone, I looked out and I saw a double rainbow, and I took it as a sign that they were, you know, that they're definitely together. And so the rainbows at the Harvest Jam was the most special thing to me. Is when my grandmother and grandfather came there and the rainbow came out.
I've always heard a story about your grandfather that, and you may can confirm this or not, that around the time of the Harvest Jam, maybe that day, the day before, at some point, your dad introduced him to Charlie Daniels, and your grandfather asked Charlie what he did for a living, and Charlie Daniels told me, I think he said something to the effect he made a little music or something, and your grandfather told him, said, well, good luck with that, son, and hopefully one day you'll do good with it, or something like that. Apparently he didn't. I've always understood he didn't really know who Charlie Daniels was at that time, and I've always heard your dad got a big kick out of that.
Well, he never, you know, my grandfather never followed music that his son was in it. He always wondered when my dad was going to come back home and help him farm. He didn't follow the hit parade, or, you know, they didn't have a television until the 1980s. I think my dad bought it for them whenever they were going to be on the show 2020, and my granddaddy built a big giant cabinet to hide that TV behind because he didn't want anybody to know he had one. It was a little harder. It was a little bit harder to hide that 70-foot antenna outside.
I bet it was. I'll tell you that was you know, you saying that those were a lot simpler times, weren't they?
Yes, sir. He did listen to the radio, and you know what's really wild is that his father had his own radio show in Bruton, Alabama, called the Old Country Church Hour. And he was a fiddler. He played the fiddle and preached. He was a fiddle and preacher, Lee Rush Golden. And my granddaddy was one of 13 children that they had there. And he was one of the identical triplets, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And my grandfather was Luke. And he was a little tiny man, but he walked tall. Now, anybody in that area that remembers Luke Golden would know that. But hey, man, you know, I'm always looking forward to coming back home. And it's still a special place to me to look. I think it's the best sunset in the world happened over that field at my grandfather, and that's why I went down there to record that video. And
well, I tell you what, you're right. That is a beautiful area, especially when the way the video started with going down between the cotton fields, you know, with cotton on both sides of that road or what have you. That was. Anyway, I tell you, I was impressed by it. That was still a special. That became even a more special video to me because my little cousin Daniel Golden got killed out there that evening. We were shooting that video. A 5,000-pound bale of cotton fell on top of him and smothered him. Daniel was a good friend of ours. He done a lot. We done a lot of business with Daniel up at Peach Ford. A lot of business, and Daniel was a good guy.
He was on the other side of the field when that happened, and I had just spoken with him. He'd come out there to see who was in the field, And he told me, said, man, I knew that was you from a quarter of a mile away. And I said, well, I knew that was you too, Daniel. He was troubled, and we were talking about our family. I knew he needed to talk to somebody. I said, man, I'll come back and we'll talk this out. I got a drone up there in the sky and cameras in the field, and I hated to leave him because he seemed sort of distraught. And I came back later, and he was gone. And found out a few hours later what had happened. But anyway, man, I mean, there's a lot of precious memories down there for our whole family. But I want to get back around to one thing, man. There is a Harvest Fest party going on the state line this weekend, this Saturday at Luray. It's Luray Fest. It's going to be a party under the stars in the moon. Actually, I think this year it's going all day long.
Yeah, what she got, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., I think is what Dana told me.
So you can go, as the sun goes down, there's a lot of, go on a hayride in the daytime and this and that. And as the evening comes, I think this year they have armbands, so you don't have to stay all day. You can come that morning and look around and check it all out, go on a hayride and be part of the art show and this and that, and see the classic cars. But then you can get an armband. If you wanted to leave and go watch the football game, you can come back and listen to music under the stars. And they have s'mores. You can make s'mores around the fire pit and listen to Ricky Lee Phelps sing "Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine."
There you go.
You can be able to hear some of that stuff going on. And I'm going to be jamming with him, and we'll be doing some gospel music, some country, and a little rock and roll too. So we're going to have every base covered. Classic car show. There's going to be a magic show. Got a magician coming. Got an art show. Great food. If you like chrome and shiny cars, you may want to come out there and check out some of these cars.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Listen, 464 Highway 41 South is about 6 miles south of Bruton on Highway 41 South. And
you can't miss it. You're going to see the signs. You're not going to be able to miss it. It's the last farm on the left in the state of Alabama before you hit the Florida state line. So it's the last farm on the left. There's going to be signs everywhere. And if you go by somewhere and you see all these classic cars, you better hit the brakes and turn around.
Well, Chris, listen, man, thank you. We appreciate you calling in, and we look forward to many, many more years of success from you. And I have one question real quick before you go.
Yes, sir.
Were you playing drums with Oak Ridge Boys when they come to Bruton for the music festival? I don't know, what's that been, 6, 7, 8 years ago?
It was the coldest show I think I've ever played.
That was what I was about to ask you. That had to be. That was freezing cold that night. It was cold. That
was in my top 3 or 4 for sure. We've had to play a lot of different places, and I've been doing this for a long time, but that was certainly one of them. Now,
well, it was.
I opened that show.
That's right.
That day. And I had my family there. My daughter joined me on fiddle, and I had my little family band going there. And then that evening, I played with the Oak Ridge Boys. So even then, I was wanting to do my solo sing.
Sure.
And I get every show is not the big lights and the big sound, but man, my heart is full when I'm doing what I'm doing now. I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I'm been so blessed doing it.
Well, I know one thing. I know I'd love to just be a fly on the wall at Christmas time when y'all all get together, because there ain't no telling what kind of music gets played. Listen, if y'all want to go out and hear some great music and big time classic car show, magic, hay rides, you name it, Chris Golden, Ricky Lee Phelps, Chloe Chanel, Saturday at Luray, south of Bruton on Highway 41. Chris, thank you again for calling in, and we wish you the best, and have a great rest of the year. Look forward to seeing big things from you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jay Brothers. And I wanted to tell you that, Luray is Dana's middle name. That's part of her mother's name and part of her dad's name. And I think the Classic Car Show is an ode to her father, who owned Golden Motors in town for many, many years. So that's the car element is there. So Luray is Dana's middle name.
Sure.
And it's a special place. She is a hard worker. She's like her mother and grandmother. She can outwork 20 people, and she is down there right now, I bet you, working hard to get that place together. And they say God is in the details, and Dana knows that, because you're going to be seeing the sights, smells, and sounds of fall. And she's putting on a special party for the community, and I hope I see you there.
Well, listen, tell you what, we appreciate it again, and like I said, looking forward to big things from you. And if you're looking for a big time hay rides and family fun, y'all remember Luray Saturday. Chris, talk to you sometime later. Thank you so much. And
yes, sir. I hope I see you there. I might get you up to sing one with me now. Come on.
Listen, you would put me back on the crowd real quick. I can tell you that. So you ain't got to worry about that.
We'll have a hay bale for you to sit on and check it out.
There you go. Hey, just give me their guitar. That's all I need.
Yeah, man.
All right, Chris. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a great morning.
Chris Golden.
Talented man. Talented family.
He was right, too, man. That was the coldest I think that I have ever been. Ever. Do you remember that?
I do not.
It was cold. I mean, it was cold. Real cold. The Oaks played. There was 2 or 3 other people played, and
sounds like it was cold.
By the time the Oak Ridge boys, I think it was in the teens.
Wow.
I mean, really. I'm telling you, it was freezing, man. They had it downtown. I tell you where they had the stage. Had it downtown with the stage set up right there with the back of the stage to the underground theater. I guess, what is that, Persimmon Street right there?
Yeah.
They had it closed. And so, but it was, golly, it was freezing. So anyway, Chris, of course, is going to be performing this weekend. Ricky Lee Phelps will be calling in tomorrow. Looking forward to talking to Ricky Lee. I've always been a Kentucky Headhunters fan, and they did a lot of good, what I call real country music back in the day. I don't call this new stuff country music at all.
You know, we might be the only podcast in the world that's had Chris Golden call in and Dan Thomas sit in studio guest. I don't know of another podcast that's had those two.
I don't either. I'm going to tell you something. Now that you mention that, that's
I'm just saying.
We 2 legends.
2 legends. Living legends. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to tell you, what Burt Reynolds say in Smoking the Bandit to when Sally Fields was in that car, asked him what he did. He said, I'm just a basic famous. Oh, I mean, Dan Thomas, Chris Golden. I mean, both legends in our area. I'll tell you what, though, talking about that Golden family, you talk about a musical bunch. Oh, yeah.
That's why I say I'd love to be around Christmas time when they got together.
It's,
could you imagine?
When you can't do anything musically, you're obviously in awe of those who can. And, and hearing him speak, and of course, he didn't go into great detail of everything that he can play in terms of instruments. I'm assuming he can play everything.
Oh, yeah.
So he plays the drums, plays the guitar, plays the piano. I mean, does he can just pick it up and play it? Yeah. I guess that's what their family can do. I mean, he's not the only one, obviously, that can do it. Well,
you heard him. His daughter played fiddle with him at the festival. And, he, like I said, they are just a musical bunch. I mean, and constantly, look at Ashley Morris. Listen, I tried to get DJ to do this. DJ said, I don't know anything about all that.
That's in your wheelhouse. That was really great.
Well, anyway, he I remember one time hearing the story that Billy Gibbons, now, you know who Billy Gibbons is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the Longbeards of ZZ Top.
Okay, now I do, yes.
Okay, well, he was in Dixonville. Had stopped by and was staying with William Lee over the weekend, and Chris's grandfather come out there and told him, and this is what I hear, told him that he said, "Hey, have you ever thought about trimming that thing up a little bit?" Talking about his beard. And Billy Gibbons said, "Well, he said, I've kind of took a while to get it, this growing out like this." And he said, "Well," he said, "I can tell you," he said, "it won't take near as long to get it off." I will tell you now, I think William Lee's daddy was like, Mr. Golden, I think he was kind of hardcore, you know what I mean? But I would love for us to get William Lee, when he's home one week, or to drop by here and sit down
awesome.
and talk about the Harvest Jam and some of that stuff. And, the Oaks have been kind of rumored to be winding it up here, I don't know when, but, you keep kind of hearing that type of thing. So I'm not sure. I'd like I'd love to have William Lee sit down and tell us some stories from back in those days. I'm sure he's got plenty to tell. Probably got plenty to tell from these days too, but
Hot Rod said it's hard to do that air guitar.
Well,
you threw it out there that you can just do it.
I can tell you this. Night Danger did it pretty good, didn't they?
Man, those guys.
But I tell you this. It's like playing Guitar Hero. Okay, I can't play Guitar Hero. I can't. I
really?
No, I get killed.
Really?
Anybody? I can't play because it's not playing real guitar.
Yeah.
And if you know how to play real guitar, it's just
it just doesn't fit.
No,
that's wild.
No, not at all. It doesn't fit at all. They're not even close. It's when you're trying to hit square buttons and you're used to 4 fingers and your thumb and doing different things.
Yeah.
Jessica used to kill me. I'm talking about by like 40, 50,000 points because I'm no good. I told them just to hand me the guitar and let me just whack on it until it was done, and I'll give it back to them and they can keep playing. Because I just could never, especially when they got up into like the expert level. Well, that stuff was coming at you so fast. I don't know how people are doing it. Of course, I don't understand how people can solve a Rubik's Cube in about 30 seconds either. But I've seen that happen like right in front of me.
Yeah.
I saw a guy with a Rubik's Cube this big. No joke, this square, not little blocks. I'm talking about tiny blocks.
Yeah.
Took him a minute and 10 seconds to solve it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You got to have a different kind of head to do that kind of thing. So, Miss Gail, you are correct. And, but I want to say this, and you brought that up. So I want to say this, and be as, I guess, what do you call it? Politically correct? Is that what you would say? These guys are great guys. Okay. And
you're talking about the Pygmies.
I'm talking about the Pygmies.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's amazing that, people want to pull up something and say, well, these guys are going to do this and this and this because this is what they do in a fraternity house. Or this is what they do in a bar, or this is what they, that is ridiculous, number one. Number two, I said this to Jessica. I think Jessica made a post about it, something like this. It's like Eddie Murphy playing the donkey in Shrek. Are you going to tell your children, well, you can't watch that? Because if you type in Eddie Murphy in YouTube, the things that come up are not what you would want your children watching, which is Raw, Delirious, all that kind of stuff. 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, So I just think it's crazy. Listen, they need to, I saw somebody make a post about this. They need to call Tipper Gore and ask her how it went for her when she started trying to censor music. Ask her what happened. It didn't. I don't remember that working out too well for her.
Didn't go her way.
No, I don't remember going her way at all. And maybe you do. I don't. I can tell you this. If
for the people, by the people.
I can tell you this. Yeah, I tell you this. We definitely don't stand for censorship at all. And we ain't going to let the Pygmies be banned in the Dirty 30, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
That is for sure. So
they're our house bands.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, but I know one thing. I know it's election time up there. I don't know who that superintendent is. I don't have a clue who she is. All I know is she's running for re-election, and I've got a feeling that race just got a lot tighter. What you want to bet?
I would be willing to bet that things just got a little more interesting, yeah.
Oh, I would.
What all do you have queued up in there?
Anything you want.
That's a good pull.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I'm just saying this. I agree, Ashley. Haters going to hate, and let them hate. That's fine. But, they can do whatever they want to. I don't care. I'm just telling you that the Velcro Pygmies are great guys. The whole organization is great. The fan base is great. I'd have no problem with my child watching a Reach and Teach show or anything like that at all. And I think it's terrible those kids have worked that hard to make that happen, and then it's not going to happen. All because they say, well, it reminds me of the whole Footloose movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where's Kevin Bacon when you need him? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he might be there.
Well,
Saturday. It's a costume party, right?
Maybe. Maybe. I tell you what we may do. Would this be right? Should I even say this?
Why not?
For all you that would like to voice your opinion and concern to that superintendent, we might have her phone number that we might give to everybody and let y'all call this lady and tell her exactly what y'all think about.
Would you fill up the calling her on air? Friday?
I got no problem with calling her right now. But we'll do it Friday.
Let's do it Friday.
I wonder if she'll answer. I tell you what, I'm gonna reach out to I'm gonna reach out today and see if I can't get her lined up to talk to us on Friday about it. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I want to reach out to Bubba Roby.
Bubba might be able to shed some insight.
He might have some insight. Of all that.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get Bubba on the phone. You reckon he's done with his radio show?
I'll reach out to Bubba today, find out what his schedule is.
Why don't you do that?
Maybe he could call in tomorrow.
Yeah, we got
some groundwork for us.
We got Ricky Lee Phelps calling in at 9, 8. But here's the deal: we can start early. We start about 8:15, and if
I'll reach out to Bubba today.
Yeah, let's see if we get Bubba to tell us what's going on. So we let us work on that, and we'll get back to doing some of that tomorrow. How about that? That
sounds like a plan moving forward.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah. We're gonna get a little more background. Secondly, I think what y'all might have already figured out what we're coming to Halloween as. We're coming as the 2 Live crew. Fresh Kid Ice, Uncle Luke, and we coming down there, and we won't be banned in the Dirty 30. I can tell you that right now.
The 2 Live crew.
Tell him, DJ. He will be banned in the Dirty 30.
Not going to be banned in the Dirty 30.
We're not going to let him be that. I mean, it just ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. So, anyway, take it away, DJ.
It's been a great day in here this morning. Appreciate y'all spending some time with us. Hope you're going to have a great day. Certainly enjoyed Chris Golden calling in and being a part of the program today. You have Eddie Lee Phelps going to call in tomorrow. So if you have time tomorrow, make sure to spend some time with us. We'd certainly love to spend it with you. No, really, y'all have a good day. Love y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to the Dirty 30's #1 broadcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ. Tune in next time when you'll hear DJ say,
"Good morning and welcome to this edition of The Feel Good."